Well, good evening, everybody. Yours truly, Ken Johnson, here with you. Weatherman Cam is here somewhere. He was here a minute ago, but as usual, he kind of wanders around the station, in and out, whatnot. Um, so as of right now, you just got me. There's Weatherman Cam there, but I hope you had a great weekend. We start this week out with another windy weather pattern. Not as windy as Friday, but some more wind around the next couple of days. What's up, Samantha DG and Carrie? How you doing? I'm good. I'm good, guys. Judy, how you doing? Good. Um, what's up there, Linda? So for you guys that are on my that are messaging us here with questions and whatnot on the right here on that I'm seeing here, I can't. I guess these come off of my Facebook page because I don't think they come. So if you're trying to, camera almost fell there. So if you're trying to message me from one of my other platforms, like maybe TikTok or YouTube, YouTube will show up here, but like TikTok or like even my personal Facebook page, they probably will not show up here. So you have to go to my work page, Ken Johnson, First Alert 6 Chief Meteorologist, to be able to see it. So, well, Samantha, it's March and we get wind in March. And, it's just the perfect weather pattern for it because we have the storm systems that are throwing through and there's some really strong ones. And that's why we got the gusty winds here. So Cam, how you doing, buddy?
I am good. Trying to charge my phone.
Oh, yeah? Why are you trying to charge your phone?
Because I need juice.
What do you need juice for?
My phone.
All right. So,
Duh.
did you have a good weekend?
I mean, it was very uneventful. So, I mean, like, if that's a good weekend, sure. But, I mean, like, nothing exciting, nothing bad happened. So,
well, that's good. Weekend. Yeah, that's basically mine was the same. I was in my room at my house. I'm skim coating and retexturizing the entire room. I'm talking about from the ceilings through the walls. They just need new texture, so I'm just redoing everything. So that's what I was doing all weekend. And when I was up there, I noticed there was some part of the ceiling that was buckling, so I had to cut it out and put a new piece of sheetrock up there. So it was a hard. I worked really hard both Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday night when I got ready to go to bed, man, I was so tired I could barely lift my head up. I went to bed I think at 11 o'clock maybe.
Yeah, when I texted you after the show, you said you're already in bed.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Cameron trying to get me to go have a drink with him, and I was like, "Man, I'm already to bed, man. I'm going to bed. I'm tired. I didn't feel like doing nothing but going to sleep."
You said I took a melatonin. I'm not going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I'm tired. So, well, I mean, it's just you're right, Heather. It's just a lot of these low pressure systems have been strong. They've just been blowing on through. At some point, if these things slow up enough, and we start getting some moisture from the Gulf, they'll start producing severe weather out our way. What about that severe weather outbreak over the weekend? Good Lord.
Crazy. That was, I think Saturday, was it Saturday's when it all happened or was it Friday?
Well, Friday, but to me, Friday night was both days were bad, but Friday was up there in Arkansas and Missouri and northern Mississippi.
I think Saturday, Friday night too. I watched a lot of Friday night, but like Friday night, Saturday night was a lot of like getting myself in the game mentally for Storm because all I did was watch severe weather coverage, watched radar the whole time, looked at meso analysis. I don't say I enjoyed, not covering it, but I just kept up with it the entire time and watched it unfold, because it had big potential. So
it's one of those things when you're a weather nerd like us, we're going to watch that thing in awe, and
even if it doesn't affect us.
Yeah, even if it doesn't affect us, I watched Reed Timber stream a lot on Saturday, but they were down there in southeast Mississippi where there's a ton of pine trees and you can't see anything. So they would try to get it was hard. They would try to get themselves in position, and then they'd have to launch the drone up to be able to see above the trees to see it. They're trying to intercept, but I don't think they ever really. They saw a couple from the drone, but I don't think they ever really intercepted one. They were moving pretty fast. The storms were highly, highly wrapped in rain, and it was just really tough to chase that.
They were out there Friday night too, and they got some good video, but it wasn't. Honestly, you didn't realize until after the fact, just because it was so dark and they have to scrub through the video. It's like, whoa, it's actually pretty close, but obviously, they didn't really realize it at the time because it's dark and can't really see much.
Well, I also saw a lot of good video. Just some incredible video from Mississippi, Arkansas, and then over into Alabama. There, I've seen some really crazy. What was the name of the town? Gordo, Alabama. It was a really impressive one. Yeah, you see it. See that thing take out a chicken coop. I mean, the whole thing just exploded poof, like
Did you see
that.
the one I sent to you? Did you see the one I shared on Facebook from Arkansas?
The one that was making the roar.
Yes.
Yeah, that was really eerie.
That was insane.
Yeah,
That was big.
That was actually very similar to the tornado. The first tornado I ever chased looked just like that. Big tornado out in the field like that.
What you see in the movie Twisters.
Yeah, but those were some bad tornadoes, and unfortunately, we lose 32 people perished in fatalities and all that.
Yeah, which is a lot.
Yeah, but there's just we're gonna have tornadoes, and really and truly, unless you have a storm shelter, when you're dealing with big violent tornadoes like that, unless you have a storm shelter like below ground, even above ground, it's hard to survive it if it hits your home.
Well, it stinks too because, like in Mississippi, Alabama, there's a lot of mobile home communities.
Yeah,
a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
And they don't have the proper shelters they would need.
So Kerry Hallman asked a good question. Does Dixie Alley tend to have a worse tornado season than we do? Actually, no, they don't. Here's the deal, though. The Dixie Alley area is a lot more heavily populated. So whenever they do have those tornadoes and whatnot, they're going to more likely hit towns and cities and whatnot that are more populated than out in the traditional tornado alley where we live in a lot of rural areas.
And they're more prone to nighttime.
Yeah, tornadoes. They're more prone to a nighttime event over there too. Like when it gets dark here, we tend to lose the what's called the daytime heating, and we get what's called an inversion or a sin. So it's called sin that begins to develop here. And a lot of times our thunderstorms either dissipate or they go elevated at night. Out there, they don't have that. So a lot of times they get them at night. A lot of what they see in Dixie is a lot of these squall lines, these QLCS type tornadoes that usually are pretty weak. But every so often they'll get them like they had this past weekend, which is really, really rough. And that was, so far I've seen, 2 EF4s?
Yeah. And then
I'm surprised that Diaz, Arkansas wasn't EF5.
Apparently NWS talked about it where I'll say it's been already official, but it sounds like it's not going to get the EF5 rating. It was close, but it's not. They're not going to give it to it.
What about Tylertown, Mississippi?
I talked to my buddies today who work at MEMA, which is Emergency Management in Mississippi, and they said it peaked up to EF4 for a little bit. Started as EF1 to EF2, and then they do have damage that does support EF4 for it at times.
Right. Well, I saw some video that definitely supported that. So, but yeah, crazy that just happens. And but this is the time of the year they get them over there. And then once we get over into April and May, a lot of times it starts shifting back out here some. And I know Weatherman Cam is ready for that. So
I seriously almost drove to Mississippi Friday night. I'm so serious.
Well, that would have not been good. So
what do you mean would have not been good?
Because I'd have had to work.
You would have had to work. Jay would have had to work. I mean, we got 2 other people, or one other person that's not us.
Well, I'm gonna at some point in time I'll let you go storm chasing somewhere, even if it's out of our area, and I'll work for you on the weekend if I have to.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna be on weekends for too much longer.
That's true. I forgot about that. Sorry. Yeah, it's true. You're gonna go into mornings here pretty soon.
About a month.
That's right. That's right.
Like a month from tomorrow, I think.
Yep.
Then we'll never see each other again.
It'll just be in passing. It's gonna be different not having you here
all the time.
Yeah, I mean, you come up here at night to do weather, our weather little thing here we do. Of course, according to that, we only got 4 people watching this now, but those 4 people that are watching this want to see what you got to say.
It's gonna sting too, because I still don't know how I'm gonna do my sleep schedule yet.
Well, whenever I did mornings, I would come in, I'd get off work, I'd come home and take about an hour power nap. And it would be I'd be out, and I'd wake up and I wouldn't want to get up. It would help me get through the afternoon, the early part of the evening. Then I'd go to bed at about 9 o'clock at night, 9, 10 o'clock at night, and I'd sleep till about 2.
See, what I'm thinking I'm going to do, me personally, like when I work the morning shift, when I get home, I don't know what it is about the morning shift. I think it's just because it's so weird, is when I get off, I just want to go to bed. I just want to go to sleep. So I think what I'll do is I'll work the morning shift, and then I'll go, as soon as I get home, go to sleep. And I'll probably wake up at 8 or 9 o'clock at night, but I'll just stay up.
There's nothing wrong with that. Actually, that's actually a lot of people that do the morning shift do that, especially being single. If I were doing it and I were single, that's what I would do.
Yeah, that's what I think I would do. Just
sleep all day and be your daytime's at night now.
Yeah.
When you're awake at 8, there's still some things open that you can go out there and and still go do.
I mean, if I need to do shopping or anything, I do it on the weekend or do it after work. I mean,
right.
That time.
That actually will work good. You'll actually get good rest. It'll take your body, a couple of months to adjust to that, but once it does, you'll actually like that. So
it's gonna be weird. Like my body, like the sun will be the moon for me.
You got to get some blackout curtains. That's for sure.
I got plenty. Don't worry.
Okay.
My apartment is layered with them.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Because it gets hot.
So, but I got a chance to watch Cameron with it being not in our viewing area, and I didn't have to worry about anything So I was able to watch, some of these streamers out there, the weather coverage, and I wanted to see what all the hype was about because I've never really just sat down and watched them.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to be as objective as I possibly could, and try to be, as unbiased as I possibly could. I just wanted to just sit down and watch it as a viewer. So I watched Ryan Hall, and I watched Max Velocity on Friday. Then I watched Reed Timmer on Saturday here. So are you ready for me to give you my opinion?
I'm kind of nervous, but go for it.
All right, this is going to be an honest, unbiased, unobjective opinion here. Okay, so I'm watching Ryan Hall, and I want to talk about the good stuff versus the bad stuff. All right, so the good stuff that I saw, I like the fact that it's a real clean screen. It's
Except for who,
real,
Ryan Hall.
yeah, it's real Ryan Hall, real bright. It's got a real clean screen there. Um, so that's the one thing that I do like about it. That's probably the only thing I can say that I like about it. There's way too much information on the screen. I mean, there's so much going on that screen. I can't even pretend to even know what it's all saying. They got some little stock market looking thing at the top, and I like what is that?
That weather intensity score.
Yeah, that's very
Doesn't
cheesy.
make any sense.
Yeah, that's very cheesy. And then and again, I'm trying to be, I'm trying to be fair here. I'm not trying to do this any other way. If I'm a viewer at home though, and there's a tornado warning for my, they jump all around. They're all over the place. I mean, I'm talking all over the place. They don't stay on one place, one spot long enough. Of course, granted, there was a lot going on, a lot of tornado warnings going on. I get that. But if I'm at home and as a viewer at home, and I'm living in Diaz, Arkansas, and then you spend 2 seconds talking about my storm here, then you go somewhere else. I mean, that's not giving me the kind of information that I need. So that's something else. Number one, I didn't. There was too much on the screen going on at one time. It's too busy. Number two, they don't spend enough time, tracking a tornado for your location. Okay, I mean, like I said, they track them all, but they're not tracking. They're not tracking. They're not giving you the information that you need.
It's not the play-by-play.
No, it's not the play-by-play. Number two, they literally look like gamers. I mean, that little guy there, the little dude in the lower right hand corner, he looks like listen, that dude had on a t-shirt. Looks like they just roll out of bed. They don't even comb their hair or nothing, man. I mean, they look like gamers that have been playing video games all night, and then they get on there and do weather. Now, I do think Ryan Hall has a great voice. He's real calming. He's real smooth and whatnot. And nerdy. He didn't have the same horrible look as his little dude down there did. I mean, it's very unprofessional looking. Okay, I mean, I get we're YouTube and whatnot, but at least have the decency to put on a polo or something. All right.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that they have access to sky cams, and I like the fact that they have access to storm chasers. That was all good stuff there. But again, it's too busy on the screen, and they're going on and on and on about other storms when they need to be focused on just one area, and they can't because they're trying to focus on more areas than let me stop. They're trying to focus on too many areas at one time.
Yeah.
So if I'm in Wichita Falls, Texas, and there's a severe weather outbreak to the east, I'm watching that. I mean, that's okay. I can watch it. That's fine. But if my town and my home is about to be threatened, that's not a good source of information. You're better off with your local TV people in that instance. On the Max Velocity, kid looks like he's 15 years old and just going through puberty. Honestly, I mean, I don't know how anybody can take this kid seriously, man. I mean, he literally looks like a teenage boy going through puberty.
He's way too close to the camera.
He does his overall look was not good at all. Now I do think he does an okay job of tracking the storms. He knows his meteorology and whatnot, but overall, I was bad. It was just not good. I mean, the kid again looks like he just rolled out of bed and just jumped on there and gets in front of his web camera. He's a gamer. I mean, let's face it, he's a gamer trying to do weather. That's what he basically is. Okay. So I mean, again, he's jumping all over the place. And the dude, I think, went for 15 hours. I mean, God bless him for that. I mean, but he has less mess on his screen, and so I did like it better. I actually think his stream is a little bit better than Ryan Hall's because it's not as busy. It's not as cool though. As Ryan is kind of cool. This thing's kind of cool. What you want to say?
The thing that separates them, one thing, if this makes sense, Velocities is less polished looking compared to Ryan's. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It
Like
does.
Ryan has another layer of just polish to his look.
Yes, it's a little more polished. You're right. You're right. A little more polished. But I still their radar is too pixelated. I can't tell what I can't make heads or tails on a lot of that.
That's
It's too
radar. I'm not surprised by.
it's too pixelated. But again, overall, if I'm just watching from another location and it's not impacting me, I mean, it's okay to watch. It wasn't bad. But if I'm being threatened, that's not. I'm urging people that's not a good source if your town is being directly impacted. Again, because they're not focused on your town, they're focused on everybody,
And they don't know the area.
and they don't know the area as well. They're basically just kind of going off. So, hey, what's up, Katie? Okay, now on to Reed Timmer. I honestly thought that Reed Timmer's stream was really cool. Now they're not giving you they're not tracking storms and giving you the information like Ryan and Max do. They're just storm chasers. That's all, and that's what makes it cool. They're just a lot cooler. I mean, they almost look like it's almost kind of like Pat McAfee a little bit, maybe. They Reed has this real hippie looking dude that rides around with them. It kind of would remind me of the crew that you'd see on Jackass. Is what it kind of reminded me of a little bit.
Yeah,
You know, kind of a group of characters like that in there.
A lot of big personalities.
But more fun. It was fun to watch. I mean, it was kind of the overall stream was kind of boring because they couldn't ever really get in position. But I could see where if they got in position, it would be fun to watch. But again, that's not something good for you to watch if a tornado is threatening your house because it's just entertainment is all it is. So overall, I did enjoy watching Reeds. It was a lot of fun. So. But I wasn't too impressed with the other two guys, but they've got a million followers, so I mean, they're doing something right.
Yeah, but Reed's been a pioneer.
Reed's been doing this a long time. You're right. Reed's he got his start on Storm Chasers, and he's he's a name, and it's I can understand that. I just don't really understand the other two that much. I mean, like I say, fun to watch. I mean, kind of if you're in another area, but if I'm wanting to get weather information, those are just not the sources to go to.
Yeah, there's no thorough, what I did Friday night, I watched a lot of Ryan is what I did Friday because I didn't feel like bouncing between stations and there's a lot going on. So I just threw on Ryan. And yeah, it's like for me personally, again, this is objective as a meteorologist, but I like the science of it. And you're not getting that. And like you said, he does bounce around a lot. He'd be like, all right, well, we got a confirmed tornado up here. This is going to track so-and-so. Okay, let's go bounce down south now. It's like you just said there's a confirmed tornado. Shouldn't we spend a little more time talking about this?
Yeah, they're just trying to cover too much at one time. Now, I think if it were an isolated event, they would do a fine job.
Right.
No issues there. I mean, but I'm telling you, if it's this widespread out, and it was a widespread outbreak, but that's what makes, covering severe weather so difficult is because when it is a widespread outbreak like that, it's going to be hard to get to, real hard to get to everybody there. It's just a lot going on. That's why your local TV station can focus on just you there. So,
right. Now, I mean, it applies to anyone that if there are multiple tornadoes, it becomes tricky because, only one person.
Right. But yeah. But yeah, Reeds was a lot. I had a lot of fun watching. I gotta say, if they were in a position where they were out here chasing tornadoes, that would have been fun because he could have seen them, and it was enjoyable. So, trying to think what else I was going to say.
Maybe we find a way to incorporate that into our coverage.
I did see something that we could do here is we could put
my mom's watching.
Hey, happy St. Patrick's Day too. I mean, if you ever notice a weatherman doesn't wear green because we disappear. So Eric Fox put a clown face on there. What's the clown face for, Eric?
It's probably that came when we were talking about Ryan and Max. So
well, I mean, like I say, I mean, I just there's no way I could ever take Max Velocity seriously. He's too young, and he, I mean, I'm sure he's smart. I'm sure he has his heart is in the right place, and he's probably making a lot of money in what he's doing. But don't hate the player, hate the game. But I mean, overall, it's just kind of hard to take that seriously when you just Anyway, no, it will not be cold tomorrow. No, I don't know where Jordan Jones gets that from. It'll be cold tomorrow, Tuesday. No, I can't wear green. I disappear. Hey, look, there, I will disappear. If I wear green, I will disappear. Cameron, you ain't got green on, do you?
No, I didn't wear any green. Stop! Don't pinch me.
I already got pinched. So.
I didn't wear any green. I didn't care enough to wear green.
Yeah. I don't really care much either. Well, it was a hard setup, Eric. I mean, those storms were so wrapped in rain, man, and you guys were in the trees, and it's tough. It's literally the jungle down there. It's hard to see anything.
Maybe next time Eric goes, I'll go with him. I'm a good co-pilot, I think.
The best tornado that you guys could have been on was that one on Friday night that moved across North Mississippi. That thing was really nice. That was a really big tornado. So
That person is like my unofficial brother.
Alden Carroll. Alden Carroll.
Yeah, he's the neighbor, but he's basically like,
Alden says, "Can you say hi to him?"
hi, Alden. He's basically like, he's the neighbor. And he's like my brother's age, and he's like been hanging with my brother since we moved there.
Oh, so over there and
Lexington.
in Lexington. Okay, all right.
So he's like a brother to me technically.
Brother from another mother, huh?
Basically.
Yeah. Sister from another mister.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all those storms were wrapped in rain, Eric. They sure were. They were for sure. So.
Oh, don't worry, Carrie. He pinched me.
Yeah, it wasn't a hard pinch. It was just a little.
Guys, you don't got no hard pinch, so.
No, I'm not gonna pinch you hard. I'm just not gonna do that. I mean, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to draw blood, man. Plus, you're bigger than me. You could probably beat me up.
Yeah, you walk in at 5'4", so.
I'm not 5'4". I'm 5'10".
I mean,
sausage and noodles. They had sausage and noodles tonight. That somehow doesn't sound very good, though.
It's probably butter noodles. You ever had butter noodles?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing special about it.
Yeah, you just cook up some sausage, you throw it on some butter noodles, and call it a day. It's pretty good.
I would eat that. I would try it. Yeah,
you should try that.
No, I've got green. My eyes are green. I always wear green.
Man, I don't count. Why do your eyes show up on TV, huh?
Because they're not the right color green.
Oh, there's different shades of green now.
Leprechaun Ken.
You should have gotten like an orange beard for today. That's what you should have done.
Where is me Lucky Charms?
No, don't do that.
Where's me Lucky Charms?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, my sister cooked dinner.
She got hit and won. Oh, got a hit and won. Okay. All right.
She plays softball.
Nipple Twist. What movie is that from?
That's not Austin Powers, is it?
No. Nipple Twist. What movie is that from? Kyrie? Nipple Twist.
I'm thinking. Oh my god, I know the movie's on top of my tongue. I know it's not Austin Powers.
Nope.
It's Austin Powers.
No, but it's not Austin Powers, maybe.
I know it's not that.
And he says it just like that. Nipple Twist.
So what is it?
I'm
Is
like,
it the one with the guy with the beard?
yes. Jack Black.
Nacho Libre?
Nacho Libre.
That's what it is. You know, when I was a kid, I saw that in the drive-in theater and had no care for it.
Dude, Nacho Libre is one of the worst, best movies I've ever seen. It's like Napoleon Dynamite. It's one of the worst, best movies you've ever seen.
No, but Napoleon Dynamite's actually good.
I loved him. I mean, the first time I saw it, I thought it was terrible, but I've watched it 1,000 times since then. I think it's great.
I think your goal this year should be to learn the Napoleon Dynamite dance.
Oh, that's hard, man.
I think you should learn how to do it. I think you should learn how to do it.
My favorite character. So I missed the report earlier. Can you tell me again? What's the report, Deborah? We really haven't given you a report, really.
I talk about the weather.
Oh no, I don't give a weather report on here, really. I mean, if you want to know, I can tell you. We're just windy, warm tomorrow, cool to Wednesday, Thursday nice, Friday back to windy. Fire weather, kite flying weather.
No, fire weather.
Kite flying. You need to go fly a kite.
I'm not going to fly a kite.
That'd be you gotta do it. Take some video of yourself.
Why?
Just be
Why?
cool.
No,
Get you go to Walmart and buy you a little kite.
I'm not going to buy a kite.
And get a whole bunch of string to tie a bunch of it together. See how high you can get it.
I'm not flying a kite.
Why?
Why would I do that?
Why would you not do that?
I don't see you out there flying a kite.
I'd fly one if you gave me one. I'd fly it. I'll try the station.
So tomorrow I'll come here after the show and we'll fly a kite together.
I'll fly a kite.
You know, that actually be kind of fun to see how high we can get it.
Yeah, I mean, of course, if I just gonna, I mean,
the FAA might call us.
Then you got to twist it all back up, you know.
Well,
when I was a kid, we'd always get kites, and then we'd try to fly them, and it'd always get stuck in a power line or get stuck in a tree or something. We'd always lose them. So always.
I mean, the only thing we can get caught on here is a 1,000-foot tall transmission tower,
or the Doppler out there.
Yeah, it'll be higher, way higher than that. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, it'd be fun to do. We ought to do that though. All right.
I wonder if it would be strong enough to put a GoPro on it.
Probably not.
You don't think
it'd have to be a strong kite for that?
But if you attach it to a string,
7 minutes.
tie it onto the string.
I don't know. Good question. We might could do that. Maybe
that'd be kind of cool.
It'd be cool to do. Yeah.
Wonder if we do it.
We try it. You got a GoPro?
Yeah.
Well, they're supposedly indestructible, right?
Yeah, but I'm not really trying to. I don't want to necessarily drop it 1,000 feet. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, if you're up there and it comes it comes undone, it could. Does it have GPS tracking on it?
No, but I mean, ideally, I'd know where it's at. If it's,
Okay. All right.
I mean, I'll tie it to the string so it just falls straight down, and we should be able to see ideally where it's at.
I got to go get dressed. It's already 9:51. We got less than 10 minutes to do newscast. All right, guys. I don't know. We might fly a kite tomorrow. If we do, we'll stream it. All right. We'll see y'all later.